Hi everyone, this is Lynn from DevineCentral. I'm here today to talk to you about a single card yes-no spread and why I think it's absolutely worthless. So consider this. You and your better half get into this horrific fight and he or she stomps out. Now it was traumatic to say the least and you're worried about whether or not they're going to come back. So you come to me and say, please, Lynn, pull a card. I want to know the answer. Are they coming back or not? So we say, okay, we do a little shuffle, and we get the Ten of Swords. So I guess that's a no. Okay, then, thank you. Have a great day. Bye. So how helpful is that going to be? It's not, is it? There's no benefit to that kind of an answer. All right. So, Ten of Swords. I did pull that out of the pack, by the way. All right. So I contend that our spirit guides want to help us. They want to give us direction. They want to help lead us in the path that we're going to be in and lead us away from what's going to hinder us. And they want to show us how to proceed from here. They're willing to give us those answers. So even if you received a yes, a single word answer is just not going to be helpful. Either is a sentence or two just to try to make us feel better. We need real answers. So instead, I propose an old gypsy yes-no spread that was first published in Fate magazine in 1955. It's called the Wheel of Fortune, and it's an 8-card spread that contains the Wheel of Fortune and 7 other cards drawn for you or on behalf of the querent. Okay, and they're drawn at random, and there we go. So we just shuffle them, we lay them out into 2 cards for every 4 corners. Okay, now let's go ahead and I want to show. Well, first place, I will tell you that I believe that we give spirit a choice. We set the intention, right? So each of the 4 corners represents yes, it's an absolute yes, or soon. It is a yes, it's just not going to happen yet, or delay. There's something standing in the way from your success, or an absolute no. Blow it off. It's over. It's done. Right? All right. So the first thing we're going to do, and I'm going to do a little bit of experimenting with this, but before I do, we need to pull some cards. So here I am with my big fat basket of practice session cards. I love doing these rapid fire 3-card sessions with 350 questions. If you're interested, look down below. I'd be happy to work with you. Okay, so I pulled some out that are yes/no questions. So let me see. Do I want to switch to an iPhone or stick with my Galaxy? Ugh. Am I ever going to speak with my sister again? Ugh, that's a key. That's kind of weird. Okay, so have I met the man I'm going to marry? That's boring. How about this one? Will my financial situation improve? Okay. All right. So we could say yes or no, and that is not going to be helpful, right? Okay. So let's pull 7 cards because we need 8 cards, right? So there's 1. Here's 2. Okay, here's 3. Here's 4. I'll take that one. Okay. 5, 6, and 7. Let's take the last one. Okay. The rest of these cards can go bye-bye. Oh my God. This is the original tarot is what this deck is called. It's very slick, very slippery. All right. So now we have our 8 cards. We have our 7 plus we have our Wheel of Fortune. Okay. So we take the Wheel of Fortune and we tuck it in here. Oh, there we go. And then we're going to shuffle, shuffle, shuffle. Okay. We're going to mix it up so we don't know where he is. So we'll shuffle ahead. We'll shuffle some behind, ahead, behind. Okay. I want to make sure that's up right. Okay. So we're just going to shuffle these cards up a little bit and get them all mixed up so we don't know where we are. I am having trouble with this deck today. It's not spirit either doing that. It is me not being able to shuffle slippery new cards. Okay, so here we are. We have our cards mixed up. So what we're going to do is we're going to ask Spirit to give us a yes, okay? Or if it's yes, is it going to be now or is it going to be later? Delay is not the same as soon. Delay is more like there is some obstacle in the path that's keeping us from from being able to have success. And then this is an absolute no, forget it. Okay, we're going to do a second row or a second set of them. So we have 8 cards. Now we're going to turn the cards over and see what the answer is. Will my financial situation improve? Okay. Queen of Wands, Judgment, High Priestess, and there's the Wheel of Fortune. Okay. The Wheel of Fortune is in the soon column. Yes, your financial situation will improve. It's just not going to happen right away. Let's finish the cards. We drew a 4 of Swords. We have a 2 of Pentacles. We have a 10 of Wands and the Hermit. Okay, so now that we know our answer is, yes, you're gonna get improvement, but it's not going to be right away. Now we can take a look at these cards and read them as the top, the rest of the answer. So the top row is kind of more your positive side, or this is the positive side, and the lower is going to be more like the shadow side or the obstacles or what you have to face in order to get where you want to be. So let's start. Okay, we have the Queen of Wands right away. So I'm going to assume that this was a woman that asked the question, and she's otherwise very smart. She's talented. She's capable, and she can pretty much do anything she wants. She can certainly talk anybody into anything she wants. And so I can't imagine her having trouble finding a workaround or a solution to whatever her financial situation is. Now, she got the Judgment card too, and I'm thinking, what goes around comes around, right? And if this is about not necessarily judgment from other people, but if this is about self-redemption, this is about something repeating. This could be, she never learned the lesson from the first time around, so maybe she's an extraordinarily good businesswoman. She just can't keep her credit cards in her pocket, okay? So she's gotten herself in a bit of financial problems. But, obviously what goes around comes around. And even though this is not necessarily a karma card, it does say that it is about renewal. It is about things coming back around. So maybe it's coming back around because she hasn't learned her lesson from before. Now, we don't know that for sure, and we also don't know when this situation is going to turn around. And I think if she were to ask me, well, if it's soon, it's not going to be right away. When will it be? And I would have to tell her that we don't know, and the High Priestess isn't going to tell us either. So we still have the wheel, and we still know that when we get that wheel, usually things are turning up. Usually when we get the wheel, we're not looking for a no answer, we're looking for a yes, and at least we have that much. So let's take a look at the bottom row. Okay, so for one thing, sometimes we have to recuperate. We have to recuperate from spending a lot of money, and I think that might be the problem, is she kind of let it get out of hand again, and so now she's going to have to recuperate from this issue that she has. And it's a better, and it's going to be about making some good choices. So if she's ever going to get past this problem and get her finances back in order, she's going to have to pick a path, and she's going to have to stand her ground and stick with the plan that she picks, because she could go either way at this point, right? She could go further in debt, or she could come out and be adult about it and responsible and get back on track. Whatever she does, she's going to have to drop some of the issues that she has. She's going to have to repair them, because she can't be carrying around this financial burden, forever and expect to, not have a bad back, right? not to have it just really completely tank her out. So she's going to have to figure out, maybe she has to give up cable TV for a month or two, or her cell phone, or her gym membership. Maybe she's going to have to make some concessions, because something has to go, or she's just not going to be able to dig out of it. So The Hermit? Well, you know what? This is about, she could turn to somebody else who's wiser than herself and ask for help. Or, she could just not ask for help and go ahead and start coming up with, using her own wisdom. She's a smart lady. She just needs to use her noggin and sit down and make a plan. Figure out what, weigh the pros and cons of what she's spending now, drop something so that she can pull back and get over it for a while. So that would be a yes or no reading. Okay, so let's take a look at another one, okay? So let's put these cards away. And you know what I'm going to do? Well, I shouldn't do that, should I? I should go ahead and put them back in the deck. I was going to say I'm just going to set them aside so that we don't have them out. But I think I'll go ahead, shuffle them back in. This is a wonderful deck. It's, oh my God, it's ridiculously thick, and it's oversized, and it's very well coated, hard, heavy paper. So it's such a pretty deck, but it's just not shuffleable. See what I'm saying? It's like you can't get a really good shuffle out of it. And just because you have a deck like that, it doesn't mean that you shouldn't use it because you can't shuffle it well. You just have to shuffle it a little longer, that's all, to make sure that you get everything all, the way it should. I'm going to go ahead and, there we go, we'll just do that. Okay, we keep the Wheel of Fortune out. We lay our cards out. We get with a different question. I love my little questions. I don't like that one. That's too heavy for this. Am I going to lose my job? I want to start a business now. Is this a good time to do it? Or is this the best time for me to retire? I don't like that one. Let's go with the business one. Okay. Let me see if you can see that. I want to start a business. Stop that. Is it not going to focus? I'm having trouble with this camera. It's supposed to be a really good camera. Anyway, there. I want to start a business. Is now a good time to do that? Okay, that's our question. And for Spirit, even though this is a practice session, that is our intent. Okay, so let's pull 1, 2, 3, and we'll take 4, 5, 6, and 7. Okay, the rest of the cards go by the wayside. Bye-bye, deck. Okay. I'm sorry about the camera. There we go. Okay, so we're going to take these 7 cards that we've drawn, and we're going to add the Wheel of Fortune to it, and then we're going to shuffle the crap out of it. Okay. And then we're going to ask again, I want to start a business. Is now a good time to do that? Okay. Forward, backward, forward, backward. Just because there's so few. Okay, here we go. You ready? All right. This is yes. This would be a definite yes. This would be a yes, but not right now. Soon. This is a delay. Some obstacle is in our way. And a definite no. Don't waste your time. Okay, we got our cards. Let's see what the answer is. The first cards we have, Judgment again. And we have the Two of Swords. Soon, the Magician, and there again we have the Wheel of Fortune, same place. Okay, we'll take it. So, obstacles. Okay, that's interesting. Oh, and here is that would have been the no, but of course now it's not no because we have our answer. Our answer is yes, soon, but you're going to have to wait. So what are we waiting for? Okay, let's look at the positive side, okay? Again, we have Judgment. in this particular case, to me, this is a calling. This is saying that there was something that this guy really wanted to do, to start a business, and it's something that has called on him, and something that he just really wants to pursue. And, you know, he's had to, I'm sure that he's been on the fence about a lot of things, having to do a lot of planning and plotting and probably a lot of rearranging. You know, when you start a new business, you kind of have to rearrange your life. And so this is kind of a head and heart decision. So I think he had to do a lot of thinking about it and probably sat on the fence for a while, but eventually, and maybe he had to sit and wait until he managed to put together his resources. So once he got his resources together, that's the magician, right? Then now it's a matter of getting out there and making it happen, manifesting that dream, that idea. And with the Wheel of Fortune, he should be able to do that, provided he can center himself and ground himself inside that wheel, so he doesn't have to feel all the drama and craziness of being on the outside of that wheel. Okay, so what's standing in his way right now? I mean, if it's going to be soon, he's waiting for something. So any obstacles that come up, well, it might be competition. There may be a lot of competition on this job, but there's news coming, and right now it's all up in the air. And I think that's why he's not going to be able to start it right away. It's because he's waiting for certain news. He could be waiting for an attorney to give him an opinion on the legal work. He could be waiting for financing. He could be waiting for, I don't know, the product to come in, you know, or the loan for the product. I have a feeling that it's financial, and maybe a little bit of competition, but I think it's going to be financial. And I think that maybe he's going to me this says one step forward. No, it doesn't. It says 2 steps forward, 1 step back on the finance side. I think that he's going to run into that, but he is going to find a financier, a banker, somebody with this King of Pentacles that's going to end up coming through, and the news that he gets will be that he can go ahead and get started. And I think that's what the holdup is. So isn't that better than just soon? Isn't that better? Okay, so that's just an idea of a yes or no spread. Again, it is the Wheel of Fortune, 7 cards pulled at random, and to make sure that you have a strictly yes or no question. And that's how you put it together. Okay, so I am working on another video about unpacking yes or no questions, just because they're not real helpful, you know, without something else going with them. And so I thought that would be a nice video, and so I'm kind of working on kind of a document to go with that. So when I get that finished, I'll bring it back. But in the meantime, I'm here every Wednesday with my mailbag readings. I'm here every month with my zodiac readings. I will be coming back with more of these. Hope to see you soon. Bye-bye.